Hi, I'm Elay Cohen. I'm the CEO and co-founder of SalesHood. Today, we're going to talk about my new book, Enablement Mastery. This book comes out January 8th, 2019. I'm stoked. Spent the last year working on it and writing it and collaborating with amazing practitioners to create, what I believe is an amazing contribution to the industry. We need to elevate enablement. We need to elevate the enablement conversation. We need to bring enablement to the boardroom, to the C-suite, so we can ultimately realize company-wide enablement and accomplish our goals, our productivity goals, our revenue goals, our attainment goals. How do we do it? Enablement mastery happens when we are able to align our people, our processes, and our priorities. And that's the essence of the book. The book is all about helping you do that. And so today's talk is a glimpse, a sneak peek into some of the principles of the book so you can start actioning them already in your businesses. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. My background, moved to San Francisco, Silicon Valley back in '99, and was fortunate enough to find myself working at Salesforce.com in 2005. Employee number 900 something. It's amazing. Was responsible for productivity, for sales enablement globally. And think about that time period, 2005 until 2013. During that time, there were hyper-growth years. We crushed it, but we crushed it because we doubled down on enablement. We were doing amazing coaching. We were doing quarterly certifications. We were doing, amazing high energy, high impact kickoffs. We trained and onboarded and certified over 10,000 customer facing employees, during my time. It's incredible. We were closely aligned with Mark Benioff's top priorities and initiatives. So the idea of company-wide enablement was a big lesson that I learned during my time at Salesforce. However, as great as it was hugely effective, but it was hugely inefficient. Why? I had 120 people on my team. Planes, trains, automobiles, were running around the world, coaching and certifying people face to face. Effective, inefficient. So I had a moment of clarity and I started thinking to myself, all right, how can we make enablement effective and efficient at the same time? How can we share knowledge at scale? How do we do that? And that was the genesis of SalesHood, the company. And that's why we founded it. So in 2013, we founded SalesHood and I wrote my first book. My first book is all about building culture, the right winning culture. It's all about coaching and it's all about enabling frontline managers to be the best they can be so they can develop their teams. That's the first book. And it's good context, right? Just think about it. It came from Salesforce, best hyper-growth enablement machine on the planet. The results, were just incredible. Wrote a book, founded a company, SalesHood, and got to start experimenting, got to start collaborating with amazing companies like DocuSign, like Aptus, like RingCentral, companies like Yext, and over 100 companies. We're working with 45,000 sales professionals on the planet, 45,000 of them. And, by working with these companies, we started realizing what good enablement looks like. Yes, we had great enablement at Salesforce, but now how do you deliver it at scale? Now, in a world where we've got video and mobile and, data-driven enablement, and we've got kind of social learning on the forefront, we really have reached a point where we can take enablement to the next level. And that's what this book's about. And so I've been really fortunate to collaborate with some amazing leaders. I'm going to list out some of them because their stories are in the book. When I started writing the book, I thought to myself, I'm going to tell the stories of the enablement practitioners, the leaders, the ones that are truly innovating, the ones that are driving change like no one else. These are folks like Siobhan Thatcher from RingCentral. She also did great work at Host Analytics. Amy Pence from Alteryx. Q from Financial Force. Aaron Farley, who did great work at Aptus. Great work at Tanium. And these are folks, Bruce Campbell from Sage Intacct. Bob Krusner from GE Digital ServiceMax. And the list goes on and on and on. This diverse list of professionals are doing amazing things. They're embracing modern enablement. And what I've learned by working with them is that they're all embracing a formula for success. And that's what we're doing in the book. In the book, we're telling their stories. In the book, we're having them share their best practices. Remember what I said, the book's got 3 parts: people, processes, and priorities. The first third of the book is all about their stories, their best practices, how to find enablement people, how to build the right organizational buy-in, how to structure enablement teams, the people. We got to set up the company for success appropriately. First third of the book is focused on that. You're going to love it. The middle of the book is about the processes. So by working with these amazing enablement leaders, I've been able to, really figure out how do you drive enablement outcomes in a repeated, scalable fashion. How do you deliver success over and over and over? How do you do it in a scalable fashion? Now I want to introduce you to the enablement process map. 1/3 of the book is devoted to the enablement process map. Each pillar has a chapter. Believe that if we could get all the departments in all of our companies aligned around the enablement process map, roles and responsibilities will be clear. We'll know who's doing what, and we'll start to enable ourselves to be masters in enablement at a company-wide level. It's hard work. That's why we created the enablement process map. So here we go. Let me walk you through it. First pillar, go to market. Second pillar, learning. Third pillar, communications. Fourth pillar, customer engagement. Fifth pillar, all about achievements. We're going to go through each one, right? I think it's a flow, and it's something that if you embrace and you take back to your companies, I believe you'll elevate enablement inside of your company. You'll elevate your role, and you'll ultimately become a hero, just like those amazing practitioners that I shared with you earlier in my talk. So let's go through each one. Go-to-market alignment, right? I told you how important it was for us to be aligned with Mark Benioff back during our Salesforce days. Critical. He believed in enablement. He invested in enablement. And we knew the outcome of enablement. We knew that we would, realize amazing results, revenue and bookings and spectacular. So what I want you to do when you're thinking about the enablement process map and you're thinking about your enablement, think about go-to-market first. What are the metrics and the KPIs that are critical to your business? So important to get those right. Get them documented. Workshop it with your teams. Get alignment with your leaders. Know what's most important right now. Is it time to ramp? Is it time to first deal? Is it time to second deal? Is it bookings? Is it attainment? Is it pipeline? You can't solve all those problems at the same time, but you can start prioritizing them, getting alignment, and then building programs around them. All too often what happens when we roll out enablement programs like playbooks or training or onboarding, we jump to build content, we jump to build training, and we don't understand the why. That's why the enablement process map starts with go-to-market alignment first. So let's build a plan. Let's have plans by role. Let's get alignment around the plan, and then let's execute. So that's the first step in the enablement process map, go-to-market alignment. Now let's talk about learning, the second pillar in the enablement process map. Learning is all about getting our teams up to speed, getting them trained, getting them coached, getting them on message. They got to have a great pitch. They got to know our product. They got to be coached. They got to be executing flawlessly. We got to onboard them, right? These are things we got to do. Well, you know what? The world of learning is changing. We're in a modern world. We got mobile phones. Everything's video. Peer-to-peer is socially acceptable in the corporate world. So our learning philosophy and our learning activities need to change. We need to create a learning experience that prioritizes micro-learning and social learning and prescriptive coaching. We got to put learning in the center of our go-to-market strategy. We got to align our learning goals and our learning outcomes with those metrics and KPIs we talked about in the go-to-market alignment. Devoted a whole chapter to best practices in learning and coaching. Can't wait for you to read it. The next pillar is all about communications. This is about sharing compelling communications, carrot-based communications, communications that are just in time, communications that are in context. We want to make sure communications are value add and that we're answering the fundamental question, what's in it for me, right? If I'm a sales professional or I'm an employee at a company and I got to find content, well, I got to find it. I want to search for it and I want to be able to find it using natural language. right? So we have to shift away from the world of, dumpster diving and looking for just stuff to having content served up just in time to me, my role, and in context. That's the world that we're going to. And we got to make sure that content is bite-sized. Again, devoted a whole chapter just to communication and content best practices. A lot of goodness in there. The fourth area is customer engagement. So think about it. We've aligned on go-to-market. We've done great learning and coaching and onboarding. We've got communication so people know what they need to do when. Now we got to ensure that they have the tools and the resources to execute flawlessly at every step of the buyer's journey, from prospecting to discovering. We got to get our teams need to be curious. They need to tell stories. Our teams need to be human. They need to be empathetic. So these are all the skills we want to have our teams, and we want to measure them. We want to make sure that our teams are executing with the highest degree of focus on customer success first. And then the fifth pillar, all about achievements. We want to celebrate the wins. We want to learn from our losses. We want to correlate all this great activity, right? All the learning, the coaching, the customer engagement, the content sharing, that storytelling. We want to correlate all that with our achievements, whether it's revenue achievements, quota achievements. That connection is data-driven, because when we're sitting down with the C-suite, when we're sitting down with our leadership team, and we're having a conversation around what enablement is working and what is not working, we need to be very clear and we need to be data-driven. That's why the enablement process map exists. Let's define the metrics and the KPIs. Let's train, onboard, and coach everyone on it. Let's communicate to them exactly what they need to do. Let's make sure they have all the tools and resources at every step of the buyer's journey. And then let's measure it. Let's share successes. Let's celebrate wins. And yeah, we're going to lose sometimes, but let's learn from those losses. That's the enablement process map. Let me leave you with a few parting words about the enablement profession, the people, the resources, and the tools that are available to help you be successful. So the people, we come from a variety of different diverse backgrounds. You're going to see enablement people with sales engineering backgrounds, sales ops backgrounds, human resource backgrounds, sales management, sales leadership, product marketing, sales reps, across the board. We're all focused. We as enablement professionals, we love helping, we love enabling, we love helping our teams be great and be the best that they can be. We love creating, we love making a difference. And, want you to take the book, want you to take the enablement process map, want you to embrace it and bring people with you. You're going to find enablement in a whole bunch of different places in your companies, and just bring people with you. Use the book and use the enablement process map as a language so you can have clarity around what you want to accomplish. Because as a team, you're going to do great things. When we talk about resources, SalesHood as a company, we have a community, and our resources are available to you. We're givers. So our community is available. You can sign up for the community, and you can get access to our templates and tools and resources. My team will give you a tour. We've got a ton of talks delivered by the amazing practitioners that I've shared with you. You can see some of their faces showing up right now on the screen. Siobhan and Amy and Quinn and Aaron Farley and Bruce Campbell, and these are amazing, Bob Cruz, these are amazing professionals that are contributing just like I am and just like we all are together. So encourage you to sign up, join the community, get into the hood, and let us help you be successful. And one last time, Enablement Mastery, January 8th, 2019. You can get it on Amazon pre-order. It's available on a whole bunch of other book sites as well. Can't wait to hear what you think of it. Let me know. We've created a video to celebrate the enablement profession. There's a movement happening in the world. The future of work. Enablement is the future of work. Enablement is how we succeed, how we collaborate, how we work together. And we need more enablement professionals. So we created a video called We Are Enablement Multipliers. Hope you like it. And it's intended to celebrate the amazing enablement profession. Enjoy. Here's to the crazy ones, the doers, the coaches, the enablers, the culture builders, the revenue drivers, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of losing deals, and they have no respect for excuses.
You can believe them, disagree with them, celebrate or curse them. About the only thing you can't do is be successful without them. Because they change things. They push teams forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see enablement multipliers. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.